Good morning and welcome to Morning Brew. All right, let's see here. It's Wednesday morning or afternoon or evening or whatever time of day it is for you. I hope it's good. And now let's go back in the chat. Uh, Captain is decorative replicant Spock. Uh, Good morning, and I guess it's popcorn. I don't know. Uh, and Professor Brady Speck, Star Trek. That was an awesome day back on Monday. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all. Uh, okay, there was a Star Trek day. Okay, I don't know. And then Professor Waves. And then we got, okay, then Mountains of Elysium greetings, my friend Captain Trek and fellow nerds. And Yitza says, oh, it's Star Trek Day. Right next, Grandpa Simpson going into a brothel while Bart is being cashier scene. Yeah. And uh yeah, that would be I remember that back when the Simpsons were good. Uh let's see here. Well, we'll go ahead and I want to actually copy the damn link before I paste it. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. And yes, greetings. Thank you, uh, Mountains, for greeting everyone. Um, the professor said Star Trek Day was 2 days ago. Well, good. Because I didn't even know about it. Uh, Mountain says mostly lurking, have a lot of projects. Then I dropped the link. Now I need to pop it over to the uh, whatever YouTube thing and post the link, pin the message, whatever. And there we go. And I'm working on a new image as well. Um, so I hope everyone's having a good day today. I just uh, was checking out a couple messages on Twitter, direct messages, of course, not actual Twitter. Nothing important. So I just kind of stopped. Um, Anyhow, uh, and yeah, you're not the only one, Professor. You're not the only one. I don't have any sinus medicine. And good morning, Darth Astor, who hasn't slept. Is there any reason you haven't slept, or have you just not had a chance to, or whatever? And let's see here. It's Wednesday morning. So where the hell's Bird? I mean, if it were Thursday morning, I would get it. By the way, Thursday morning, I'm not going to be doing anything. Uh, well, at least not the Morning Brew. Um, Sci-Fi Nation's going to be doing something on Thursdays now on. Um, so uh, um, I don't know. Oh, oh, the joke is that today is the official Star Trek Day because the first episode TOS was broadcast in the USA. However, the same episode was broadcast in Canada 2 days prior. Okay, all right, okay. That, well, I'll be damned. Kronos. Huh, wow, I didn't think I'd be seeing Kronos for a while. Okay, let's see here. Somebody's backstage. And somehow,
Morning, Cap.
morning.
Oh, man. Fucking hell of a morning. Wife gets up to get ready for work, lets the dogs out, and apparently there was some other animal in my freaking yard.
Great.
And, yeah. I think didn't see anything, but, got woke up, had to. We were running out there, dogs are coming, and they look like they got scared something by this thing. I don't know what the hell it was, couldn't see a damn thing. All my wife knows is it growled at them. I was like,
Yeah.
you sure it wasn't one of our dogs? She goes, nope. Now my dogs are sitting there at the front of my door wanting us to let them out. And I'm like, I ain't letting you out till the sun's up and I can see what the hell's outside.
Yep.
So, oh yeah, that was a hell of a way to wake up this morning.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful way.
Although I did notice something that I thought was interesting. It's actually Doctor Who stuff. So, looks like Big Finish is actually going to have Ninth Doctor adventures. The Chris Eccleston Doctor. Apparently, he's doing some Big Finish audio productions. It's interesting. I thought he pretty much was done with Doctor Who. Maybe he had a change of heart. Or hearts, I should say. Oh, how's it going?
It's going okay. Um, got somebody backstage. Ah, good morning.
Yo,
What's up, Zach?
what's up, Geek?
Well, Professor Brady Specs, I haven't kept up with Doctor Who news, so um, yeah, that was a news one. I think that came out about a month ago, or maybe the announcement did. I just know it was the first time I'd heard about it. I hadn't heard any chatter about it. I'm surprised you didn't mention it to me, Professor. You or you bet.
So what's going on this morning, Zach?
Uh, Nothing much, man. I'm up early. I got shit to do, but I don't got shit to do right now.
Amen
How
to
about
that.
yourself? How you all doing? How you guys doing?
Doing all right. Yeah. Didn't sleep the greatest, but hey, what can you do?
I hear you there.
I slept pretty good, but one of those nights where you have those weird ass dreams. Although the weirdest one was like for all of 5 seconds. Uh, was like I don't know. So I had some dream like I got this like bump in subscribers, like this big bump, and I was monetized, and I was like, I must be. And I swear to
Well,
God, I
that's
think in
great.
the dream I said in my dream I was like, I must be dreaming.
But geek, that's like a affirming prophecy or something like that, right? Isn't it? Just
Well,
about, right?
not with the videos I put up.
Oh, come on. No, that's a good thing. That's a great dream. I've had
No,
some
I just thought it
strange
was
dreams
funny.
myself, man. Yeah.
If I were to have a dream like that, I would wake up laughing.
I did wake up laughing at it because I remembered it, and I was like, "Oh shit, this I actually remembered from the
Here's a
dream."
weird
I was
one.
like,
I had a
Yeah.
dream that I met Joe Biden recently.
"I'm
Yes.
sorry."
How weird is that shit? It was
Uh,
so weird. It was the most bizarre dream. I mean, just odd. Yeah.
Was he coherent?
Joe Biden was looking for an office in like an abandoned high school where all the furniture had tarps over it, and he was like, "Help me find an office." I don't know what that means, right? I don't know what it means. I don't know what it stands for, but it was very strange, and I woke up like, "What the fuck was that?"
I don't think I've ever had a dream that has involved a president in anything I can think of. So that is interesting.
Well, it's not a good look on Joe Biden. I mean, he was like looking for an office for him in like an abandoned high school. So it was an odd situation. It was a very strange dream for sure.
Uh,
But yours is great, man. I mean, that's great. I mean, what are you at now? How are you doing in terms of
oh,
YouTube and everything?
oh, I'm at 237. I've lost like 4 subscribers in the last 28 days. And it probably has to do with some of the strong views I had politically. Well, mostly it was because of what happened with the Afghan, and that was my way of blowing off steam because I was angry. Well, there was a lot of people that were. I mean, I was talking with. I'll put it to you this way: I talked to at least 20 of my friends who either are veterans or are still active duty. And man, that fucked up a lot of us. There was people, mental health, I was told in some areas was booked up for a month. I'm like, then they need to start off sourcing this. Some people were saying they've been talking to the first sergeants, the chaplains. It's it really, really fucked with us.
It fucked with a lot of people, man. No, I
Yeah, I
hear
know.
what you're saying. But Trek, you have the same thing, man. You've been losing subs. I've heard that from a lot of people.
Oh yeah. Right now I'm at 439. For whatever reason, like YouTube likes to keep me at 439.
I was on a roll
Weird.
for a little bit. I thought I was actually going to. I thought I was going to break. I thought I was getting
1,000.
close to breaking 250. I had 245. I had like gotten up to 5 more people, and then they were gone. Then I was at 240 for quite a while, and then all of a sudden I'm down to 237. So
Yeah.
maybe I just haven't cracked the algorithm yet.
Well, politics is just a nasty topic, no matter what perspective you have. I mean, that's the bottom line, right? I mean, I try to be, in terms of what I put out there, an apolitical guy for the most part.
Right.
Nah, most of my stuff, I'm trying to, like I said, I do my one live stream pretty much on Sundays now, and then I'm just kind of doing small uploads. But simple fact is, a lot of the stuff, it's like more recent content. They want the Shang-Chi reviews, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to spend money driving 30 minutes to a theater to see a movie I don't really care to see just to do a review on it.
Well, I can show you where to get all that shit for free, geek.
I mean, I could do. Oh, I know where to get it for free too if I wanted to.
Oh,
take it.
okay.
I just need to fire.
I tried watching it. I tried watching Shang-Chi, and the opening like 10 minutes are in what's the Chinese language John Cena was speaking?
Mandarin.
Yeah, the first 10 minutes are in Mandarin, and it's like, come on, man.
Well,
Just not for me.
That.
I just had a hard time going along with it because they're given Mandarin lines, and it could be the version I watched, but the subtitles were also in Mandarin. And it's like, what the fuck? I can't even understand what people are saying.
Wait a minute. So they're speaking Mandarin, and they put all the subs in Mandarin.
Yeah, the version I saw. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
What?
And it was just like tough. I mean, because it sounds good, man. I mean, people are saying good shit about it. But I mean, I can't do Mandarin subtitles and Mandarin lines, man. I just can't do it.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's a decent movie, but it's like the Black Widow movie. I could pay the money to watch it right now on my Disney Plus, but I'd rather just wait until October. It's not that important. I mean, those kind of things. I'm more interested now in what I'm planning on doing is, well, first I'm going to find out if I'm going to get this part-time job. So Cap, it was literally the gas station right next to my house is hiring.
Mm-hmm.
And I just went in yesterday. I was going in yesterday. They had their still hiring. They had their now hiring sign up. And I was like, well, what are you hiring for? She goes, part-time. I'm like, I can do part-time. I was like, what hours? And she mentioned the weekends, and she was like, 6 to 2 on the weekends. I'm like, oh, I can do that. She's like, you wouldn't have a problem getting here? I'm like, no, I just live across the street. I'm like, If I can't get to work on time, and I live across the street, I got a problem.
Agreed. Yeah, agreed. That would require, I don't know, a blizzard type storm where they would be open anyhow.
Well, the nice thing is, no matter what, it's a store that. Well, the nice thing is, even if I worked a night shift for them, the store closes at 9 o'clock. So
good area though. That's important.
I live in the sticks of Indiana. It's the only gas station within 5 miles one direction to Illinois and 8 miles the other direction. And pretty much everybody around here mows their lawn and carries guns.
Oh, good.
I'm pretty safe.
Good
I'm definitely safe. We have a very low crime area here.
As you know, Geek, I'm on the West Coast, and it is just a nightmare out here, man. I mean, just anywhere you go.
Yeah,
but not to get into that, but our problem, man, is we have just a system that doesn't work, right? Our entire system is fucked up. Even if we got the right person in the job, the city council owns all the fucking choices. So
what's the population of where you live, Zach? I'm just curious.
Well, I don't want to give myself away, but it's just not a good situation here. And I live in a good area. And even in my area, it's getting dicey.
Well, I'm fortunate. I live in a town right now that has. I live in between two towns. The one town has about 1,000 people in it. The town I live in has about 800. The town across from us has 500. I mean, you get the idea. I live in a very small area. I moved out of the suburbs of South Carolina to the sticks of Indiana, and I tell you what, this is about as close to heaven as I think I can get on earth. And I always find it funny when somebody's like, "You got to drive 30 minutes to Terre Haute." I'm like, "You got to take a." I'm like, "Yeah, but at least I don't have to take a bus, a train, and a sub to get 10 blocks."
No, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you.
I don't have to deal with traffic. Well, I mean, it's just how it is for me.
We
I
got
mean, it's
bad traffic here. Yeah.
yeah, there are some people who love the big cities, love that kind of lifestyle. More power to them. I am the kind of person that wants to be out in the country, left alone. Let me enjoy my family. Let me enjoy my small piece of land. Let me just go about my day. To me, that's just a perfect way to be.
Yeah.
Who takes the sub to work? Well, my daughter did for a while, and actually, a lot of people I know who used to live in Illinois, who lived in St. Louis and worked in Illinois, or lived in Illinois and worked in St. Louis. Chicago, I think, has an elevated train system.
Oh, talk subway. Okay. Sorry.
Well, I know St. Louis has the subway because they do that bundle where you can do the bus and the sub for whatever amount of money that is. Although my daughter's now found out that hey, having a car with insurance and paying for gas is actually still cheaper than what it costs to go on the metro. Even with
Yeah,
gas.
that's exactly what I was thinking. It's a thank you. Yeah, I was thinking submarine, but I'm not the only one.
Oh, he meant submarine. Oh, I just called it the sub. I
Uh,
should guess I should have said subway. Then he might have thought I meant sandwiches.
What in the comments?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Still waiting on that Batman invite, geek.
I know. Hey man, I just started back. We started back homeschooling. My wife just got a job, man. Life kind of gets, and I'm trying to get a job. And one of the things we've been doing around the house, especially since the weather's cooled down, is we're expanding the driveway. And our we're doing it with rock. And man, we are doing good, but damn, it is a lot of work.
Well, we shut down unknown regions, which I think was a good move. But I think we proved the channel has definitely a heartbeat. I mean, we did about 6,000 or 7,000 views in about 2 weeks. That's not too bad.
Hold on a second. My son's here.
No, not bad at all.
Yeah, not too bad, but we shut it down. I mean, it just was not exactly what we were looking to do, but it was a good experiment. I mean, that's the only thing we can do, I guess, is run experiments.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the best way. I definitely not an expert on that thing. So yeah.
Well, it did okay, but it was mainly trailer reactions and that sort of thing. Which after the trailer's out for something, I mean, it becomes a video that nobody's going to return to. That's the only problem with that.
Well, there are people who will rewatch stuff, but you're right. Overall, it would be one and done. But I don't know.
No, I hear what you're saying. I mean, if there's something you want to see people react to, maybe you will go back to it. But like the Dune trailer, or that was our best one, I think, Dune trailer. But nobody's going to go back and look at that shit in 2 years.
My son cracked me up. He's like, can take me up to the gas station. I'm like, I don't want to drive up to the gas station in Illinois. He goes, no, the one across the street. I'm like, ride your goddamn bike up there.
Game station. Is that what you said?
Oh, no, the gas station.
Oh, okay.
I need to check my Amazon because I'm supposed to get packages today.
So am I. Funny enough.
Oh, you little bastard. You said they'd be here by today. Now you've got it. Now they've got it split out between the 9th through the 14th, the 9th through the 13th, and the 15th through the 22nd.
Oh.
Fucking A.
Well, everybody's saying a couple people are talking about Dune. Chrono says he hopes Dune will be good. I saw a review from some hack journalist talking shit about Dune, and it actually made me feel better about the film. I mean, we had this guy, I forget what I said to him, but I said something along the lines of the same guy who was shit talking Dune took a big shit on Blade Runner 2049, which I think is a great film. Obviously, same director. Makes me feel better about it. If certain critics don't like it, it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Did you like the Blade Runner 2?
I haven't seen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new Blade Runner. I need to sit down and watch Blade Runner again. I haven't seen it since I was a kid. I didn't really care for it, but I think I was way too young to understand the movie back then.
I would just say the second one is 10 times better than the first one.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, I would. Totally. I mean, visually, just a stunning film. And I'm a big fan of Ridley Scott myself, but the new one is better.
Oh, this is interesting. You have a lady doing the weather, and she's in a TNG uniform. That's right. Today is Star Trek Day, isn't it? Or was that yesterday?
Today, and good afternoon, Mar.
I'm doing fine so far.
Good to hear.
How about you people?
Doing all right, thank you.
I saw somebody was doing it. They're doing an interesting poll about different Star Trek movies, and one was, what was it? Motion picture versus, I believe, Into Darkness, and Star Trek 5 versus Star Trek Nemesis. I voted for the motion picture and Star Trek 5 over the other two.
Both of them sound very easy. Say it again.
Well, I think it was Into Darkness versus the motion picture, and Star Trek 5 versus Star Trek Nemesis.
Yeah, I mean, they put the worst Abrams film just about. I mean, the third one was worse than Into Darkness, but motion picture, dude, is not one of my favorites. I would say motion picture is the weakest of the original films for me.
Yeah, but comparatively, I still had to pick the motion picture between those two.
I would probably have to concur. I mean, Nemesis Is that the one with Tom Hardy?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Not a big fan of
And
Nemesis.
here we
Hello
go.
world. Birdo Prey 5, Kapla.
Hey,
Lovebird.
And I was saying Katie Kronos because NB said there's a woman doing a weather report in a TNG uniform. And it sounds like Katie, the meteorologist's Fandom weather report, which she did in a TNG uniform.
It might be. What'd you say there? You
Is
said
the channel called So Many Fandoms? Well,
no.
God
It
knows the
says
clip's been copied to so many places.
Yeah.
no. It says it's meteorologist Katie
Yeah, that's fair.
Nicolau. Okay.
Right. She's on Orville Nation's channel all the time. She's been on other channels. She did the Doctor Who with Deej
So is it a
debate.
fake video?
No, well, it's a fake weather report. She's giving
Oh,
weather
okay.
for Risa and all the
Deep
different
Space
planets.
Nine.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
gotcha.
28
Her,
degrees. 28 degrees on Risa today.
yeah, she
Okay.
but only
does.
28 degrees Fahrenheit or
She's given
Celsius?
Celsius. She's doing
Celsius.
Celsius
Okay,
because
that's
it's
believable.
Star Trek. She does a whole bunch of weather reports because she's an actual meteorologist for a
Oh,
local
nice.
TV
Terminator is
station.
raining. Big surprise.
So she does weather for different fandoms. She does a Doctor Who, a Star Wars, Star Trek, DuckTales, Survivor.
But you've seen her on an actual TV station?
Yeah, she is
Oh,
for
okay.
us. What's it called? Sioux Falls, Iowa. She's
Oh, wow.
she's the actual head meteorologist
Oh,
for
okay.
their TV station, and
All right.
she also does storm chasing.
Yeah.
Well, do they get a lot of storms in Iowa?
Yes,
Do they?
yeah, it's a tornado alley.
Wow. I was not aware of that.
Yeah. Not Kronos. I thought it was what does God need with a starship, not why.
Yeah, it is. What does God need?
And why is Kronos in the chat? I figured he'd either be asleep or don't get me wrong. Great to see him, but he's either up late or early.
He's in the chat because he never shows up on the panel.
Well, that's not true. He showed up backstage a few times.
Backstage, but not on the panel.
Yeah, that'll never happen.
And just before, because you said it before, I thought Into Darkness was the best of JJ Trek. Because he didn't go for bigger is better in that one.
Seems like he did.
So my Sarah Connor and my Ellen Ripley characters should be here sometime between the 9th and the 13th or 14th. But my Terminator action figure, the skeleton, is the one that they haven't even shipped yet. Oh, bastards. After all that work they made me do to find that Sarah Connor one, too.
Captain, if you... Sorry.
Nah, they kept trying to, like I told Kat the other day, they kept trying to sell me the Sarah Connor from Dark Fate, and I'm like, yeah, screw you.
I never saw Dark Fate.
Neither did I, and I have no intention of it.
Neither do I.
It's like I got asked if I'd seen the last, I guess, Alien movie they did. I'm like, dude, I found Prometheus so boring as hell. I was like, no. was like, I don't care.
I'm surprised to hear you say that. A lot of people say that's the best one.
No, not for me. I couldn't stand it. I don't.
I thought it was
I don't
okay.
need a
I
goddamn.
mean,
As I think Cap was saying one time, we were saying the other day, I don't need a fucking backstory on everything.
right. I thought it was okay. It was just weird. I mean, if anybody can correct me on this, I felt that those albino creatures, humanoid creatures, were creating life on different planets. Is that correct?
Don't remember if they were creating life or destroying it. Yeah, Darth Hester, I plan on doing an unboxing of them when I get them. I usually do videos of the stuff I buy when I go to the toy store. But yeah, it's a Terminator 2 Sarah Connor action figure, and and the Ripley one is from Aliens. And then the only reason I got the T800 is because I mean I've already got the T1000. I got the Arnold T800, but I wanted I wanted one with just the exoskeleton or the skeleton on it, just that part. Yeah, that's the pole I was talking about, Mountain.
Yep.
No, actually, I was a Kmart kid. Toys R Us was way too expensive for my family. I remember one time somebody was like, "What are you wearing?" I'm like, "Walmart." The fuck do you think I'm wearing?
Geek, the only Terminator paraphernalia I have is I have a T1000 Black Series. That's it.
Let me see. Grab mine real quick.
So at least I believe it's a Black Series.
Um,
We'll see if we have the same one, I guess.
I don't know. Let's see. Here's my T800.
Cool.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted. That's the one from T1. So I'll probably try and get a Schwarzenegger version for the T2. But I do have, and then there's my T1000 here.
Open them up.
I am.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
that.
I got that one.
I love that.
Didn't you just say it was a T800?
Model 101, I guess. Whatever. I mean, I haven't had enough coffee to remember all the details.
Yeah, Terminator 1 should have been a 101.
These are still the ones this was still the combo I wanted to get the most. Was once I found Gizmo. Once I finally found Gizmo, I was searching high and low for Stripe, and I finally found him. When I saw him at the toy store, there, I grabbed him up as fast as I could, and I said, "Man, I've been looking for this for a while." He goes, "Yeah, when we get Gizmos or we get Stripe in, they usually go quick."
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I've got the T100, the T1000, and that's all I got in terms of Terminator. But I think we have the same one. I'm pretty sure we have the same one.
Now, the one I've got here that makes Jedi Bill jealous, I found this during the parking lot sale, and I jumped on it because I had never known they actually made it.
Look, it's Roddy Piper.
Yep. Dude, when I first saw that, I was like, holy shit! I was like, how come nobody's grabbed this yet? I was like, well, it's going home with me. Okay, Cap, I'll be back. The sun's up. I need to let the dogs
Absolutely.
out.
I can hear them.
Yeah, I know.
That's where'd you get that, Kronos? Uh, what's going on, Bird?
Well, just so night, not the best night.
Yeah, same here.
Sassy had her vet yesterday. Apparently the pills we gave her to knock her out, they didn't work when they were supposed to, but they kind of kicked in hours later. So Sassy had a rough evening, and she's still not quite in it this morning. But they did finish. She got her 2 vaccines. She got her blood drawn. She got her nails cut. So she should a heartworm test. She should be a happy dog after today. She should be good for a while. Yeah, she had a seizure while the vet was here. The only time she has seizures is when the vet's here. Thankfully. I mean, the last time she had a seizure was the last time vet was here. So she gets so scared that the vet's touching her and that she has a seizure from fear, which is very sad. But the vet's never really seen it before. She's going to ask other vets if they've ever seen anything like it. Oh, Sassy, she's looking at me. She's so tired. Mama Pray's calling her out, but she's just looking at you, Ma. She might be off to a slow start.
Yeah. Poor Sassy.
You don't have to go out, Sassy, if you don't want to. No, I don't think she's going to right now. Oh, poor baby. Need to give her double the medication yesterday.
We have time this morning. I'm not.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Kronos is super sassy. No. Thank you, Dee Dee, and thank you, Zach. Yeah, I have never seen a dog that's had this type of issues before. We've had beagles and they have separation anxiety, but this is more. I mean, because mom was with her. Like my mom was holding her and still she started having a seizure just because she got so scared. And the vet is the nicest lady. She's just like from West Virginia. She has like and she's not like a mean, cold New Yorker. She's a true animal lover. I mean, you could tell this woman would probably take a bullet for her dog. And she cares nothing but for the safety and the comfort of the animal. And she's not making loud noises. She's not wearing anything. She's not, that would, set Sassy off. And she just, I don't know. She just gets so scared. And we try to tell her, it's nothing to worry about, Sassy. It won't let anybody hurt you. But
Well, I wish I knew what to tell you, but I don't. But care about our pets a great deal, you know.
Oh yeah.
The only like it takes months of people coming to the house before Sassy will trust them. It took years for my physical therapist and probably 6 months for Camille. And now Camille's her favorite person in the world. Camille comes over and she starts getting all excited and she wags her tail and she turns her belly. She turns on her belly so Camille can rub her belly. And like she's so happy to see Camille now. So the vet's like, oh, then I'll just have to come here every day. And I was like, well, yeah. Honestly, if you stopped in for 20 minutes a day, that would be a big help. But I'm sure she's not going to do that. Yeah, Sassy, you do at the vet every day just to see her. So you start to get used to her. Then she'd probably retire. And I'd have to start over. Sassy.
So how old is Sassy now?
Sassy is what, 4.5? 5.5? 5.5. Wow.
I know, I can't
2016.
believe my dogs are shit, man. I can't believe my dogs are 7.
May 1st, 2016, Sassy.
I got into. I think I was. I caught in on a thread on Mara Jade's Twitter with some little guppy troll trying to come in, and he's being a real dick. And I said, yeah, this is the kind of guy where you want to ask.
He's not going anywhere.
I was like, this is where you want to ask 2 questions about this. Why didn't Dad pull out, or why didn't Mom swallow? And he was like, that's the worst fucking insult I've ever seen. I'm like, dude, that's a fucking Tuesday afternoon for us, bitch.
That's what he said to you?
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
I know.
He couldn't come up with something better than that.
I don't know. I came up with some pretty good stuff. I was having fun with it. I was having too much fun. And, I told you guys, like, when you come in and you give like a 1 or 2 sentence, you give like a 1 or 2 words as your insult, we know you're just an easy person we're going to be able to screw with.
Well, it's not just that, but also, I mean, that's one of the worst comebacks I've ever heard, Gig. What did he say to you?
Oh, I'd have to look. Well, he was calling Mara Jade. She was having she was saying something to him, and he was just referring to her as a dumb bitch like twice.
Oh,
and that was all he had. And so I said
nothing smart about that, right?
Yeah, and I was just like, I said that comment, and then he just got all butthurt by it. I was like, dude, you don't get to. And then I did a video later because I was thinking about it. I was like, look, you don't get to come into our sandbox and try to change the rules. Either come in, learn the rules, or get the fuck out and create your own damn sandbox. Because you're not going to come in here and tell us what to do. And I was like, we're the guys who used to get the shit kicked out of us physically. So I'm like, please. I'm like, come on. I insulted the guy too because I was like, this all you got? I was like, swear to God, I was questioning what grade level this person was. But that was so funny. Him coming back with that. That's the worst thing I've ever been called on this thread. I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's one of the most embarrassing responses I've ever heard.
Yeah. That is pretty pathetic.
I mean, fuck off would be better, right? Just
Yeah.
about anything would be better.
Yeah, these people, they crack me up when they come in and they're like, you're insulting us. I'm like, dude, we insult I was like, please, we save our best insults for our best friends.
You don't even deserve a decent insult.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's like one of those pompous asshole comments. Like, oh my, how dare you? So have you ever said some fucked up shit to somebody and they're like, how dare you? It's like, that's all you have? How dare you?
It's like, how dare you say that? Because I can open my mouth, speak the words.
That's kind of what that is, right? That's like a how dare you comment.
Yeah. It's like, how dare you? It's like pretty goddamn easy, actually.
How dare you? What the fuck are you gonna do about it?
I got one comment where somebody was like, he made a comment about something. He goes, "Oh, way to move the goalpost." I said, "Bitch." I said, this is our sandbox. We are the goalpost. Actually, I had it a little snappier than that, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, we are not bringing up Greta. Pastor. I feel bad for, I call that a form of child abuse, personally.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Of course, they don't see it that way, but
No, of course not, because she has the right point. Her parents have taught her the point of view that's acceptable. Or however they want to do it, yeah. The thought police.
Yeah, I've taken a apolitical stance on 100% of topics. Just about. To me, it's a waste of time, man. So I know people feel differently. For me, it's a waste of my time.
For me, I like being able to do it because when I get people who I have no belief that I'm going to change people's minds on something, and they're not going to change mine. But every now and again, I'll come across somebody who I can actually have a decent conversation with on the other side. And those are the conversations I really enjoy having the most.
It doesn't help my position. That's all I can tell you from
yeah.
a point of view, right? It doesn't help me at all, I think. Right? Even if you can appeal to somebody politically, you can't appeal to them in another way, right? Most of the time.
Well, that's why one of the things I mentioned was, I'm so sick of hearing about, our geek culture is not inclusive enough. I'm like, motherfucker, we're the most accepting. We were accepting people of different races, colors, sexualities long before it became popular. Your political views, your sexual orientation, what you like to wear. If you were a geek and you wanted to talk geek stuff, that was it. That was what we did.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of hid that when I was in high school. So I was not comfortable calling myself a nerd or whatever you want to say.
Right.
I tried to be like a badass in high school.
Nah, I was pretty much middle school and on, the same people I hung out with, were the geeks I hung out with from junior high all the way through high school. Yeah, we took our licks sometimes, but we weren't exactly the, I think this is when the perspective started to change with people. They thought, most geeks and nerds look like, they do on like Saved by the Bell and stuff. They're all pocket protectors. And you got big ass 250-pound guys. I know guys like me who had long hair wearing dusters and all kinds of shit like that. We were hanging out with the grunges, the gothites, the stoners, the burnout. We just hung around with a lot of people. So when we got picked on, we fought back. Sometimes we win, sometimes we didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I never talked about any of this shit in public until I was a adult.
Right.
Like even including school or whatever you want to say, but like at work, with coworkers, with your buddies, your work buddies. Yeah, I would talk about movies and stuff, but in school though, I mean, I kind of hid that shit. I didn't the word Star Wars never left my mouth in high school.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that.
I
I
don't know
can't.
if that makes me a jackass or not, but
No, it made you a kid in high school.
It's okay.
Nah, just made you a kid in high school. We all had every geek had their own way of dealing with it.
well, doesn't that term have a negative connotation though? Right? Like that's not if somebody
I
calls
say
you that.
I don't like labels
Yeah, I don't
like
either.
that to begin with.
Yeah, neither do I.
I mean, especially with the diversity within our community as to what we like, what we don't like, how we feel about things, to put it under one or two words and say, you know, I was a geek or I was a nerd or I was whatever. I don't know. Doesn't seem right.
Did you cap them or did somebody else cap them?
Does what?
Oh, I was trying to see if you were capping those guys or if it was somebody else who capped them.
I died, but I did get one. This is just a practice round where we just respawn in.
You shot from behind.
You know. No, it's too late to kill anybody.
Maybe it's school by now.
Oh, Captain made it big. I see.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I thought I was playing in my little box.
Yeah,
I don't mean to dominate the screen. Sorry.
I heard we don't want to know what you're playing with in your box.
Wore my Ocarina of Time shirt to school. Big mistake, yeah. And good morning, Eastland Burkholder. Good morning, the Bosco scenario.
Yeah,
good
Captain
morning,
Elias.
Catman D.D. Myers.
My Madam Geek said this one of the students the other day. He was leaning back in his chair, and my wife goes, "You know, I'm gonna take that chair from you." And the little shit was like, "Yeah, the last teacher did that too. I don't care." And I'm like, "Okay, little smartass."
Well, Kronos has a good comment here, man. I mean, kids are jerks. I mean, that's pretty odd. I mean, once people get out of school, it tends to change.
Oh, kids are. Oh, yeah. I thought the worst kids in my life was when I was in middle school. That was the worst.
Yeah, but if you run into those guys, they're not the same people.
And now the jerk who needs no introduction. I mean, it's Chris.
So you give me an introduction? The man who needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyways. Here we go. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. And what's going on today, Chris?
Oh, same old work. Had to come in early. But I get to leave early, so that'll help.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. But then, not much other than that.
Well, you're sounding better this morning.
Oh, well, that's good. I don't know. Last couple of days have been kind of rough on me, so but I trudge on. What are we watching today? This bird
Apparently
playing
watching
COD.
the
What are you playing, COD?
apparently. Yeah. Warzone.
Mm-hmm.
He has to play. It's his duty.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably the most low-hanging fruit pun I could come up with. So I did finish up my workout yesterday, Cap. 30-minute workout, bud. Low impact. Whew, I was sweating afterwards like crazy.
Good, man.
So that's a
Great.
good thing.
Yeah.
So
I'm
today,
trying to get in shape myself, man.
yeah, so what I did was my way of trying to keep myself accountable, because that's been the hardest thing, is trying to get myself back into shape, because I kind of just start and then I stop and then I get pissed about it. So what I did was I started doing these, I'm doing this Beachbody workout right now because I do have a subscription to them. And so what I'm doing is I'm making, since I got a TikTok account, I'm actually making little videos of it with me working out and talking about the workout, keeping them like 2 minutes long, just, some to show I'm doing it.
Well, Geek, I'm in the same boat as you, man. I mean, I am the heaviest I've been my entire life. I mean, when it came to the COVID pandemic, I gained like 45 pounds, the heaviest I've ever been. And I've lost like 25 pounds.
I am the heaviest I have ever been. I put on about 20 pounds. What are we going to call this? The
COVID fat. Yeah.
Yeah, the COVID fat.
Exactly.
Because I put on 20 pounds and I went and then I got up to 260. And
Dude, I put on like 50 pounds, man.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And I'm just like I got to get back down to 190. So what I did was I started this clean week program. I started the clean week. It's only 7 days. But what is nice is going through their catalog. Yeah, the beer bug. I like that. There you go. Yeah, the beer bug. I forgot about that one. I don't think we've called it that in a while. And so yeah, I did the strength training. I got some light bands and I used them. That was pretty good. Did the cardio yesterday. Today's a core workout. The nice thing about their core workouts though is it's not, what a lot of people think. It's not doing freaking 50,000 types of sit-ups. But hardest part really is trying to get myself back into the routine of the eating habits I used to have. Because I used to be, at my peak, I was about 175, and I could run 1.5 miles in under 10 minutes. That was my peak. I don't plan on getting there again, but I do want to get down to 190. Losing if I can losing 70 pounds is really what I want to do. No, I have not.
How's that going?
I don't know. I'm only on day 3, and I have not put myself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not putting myself on. Yeah, I'm not doing what Love Shack does and taking my weight every few hours.
No,
I take my weight every morning, just about. And I actually nicknamed my diet the Hitler diet because it was such a tough diet. Fascist diet, right? I the type of thing you wouldn't break for anything. But I'm kind of off of that now.
You just eat mustaches.
I would only eat Mar. I would only eat meat and vegetables. and that was for 3 months, and I lost like 25 pounds. But I'm kind of off of that now. I'm going back to eating shit I actually like. You know, I like steak, but you know, after 3 months, it gets kind of boring.
Yeah,
Well,
that doesn't work for me.
MJ Garrett, yeah, I have the keg. I don't plan on getting the 6-pack, but need to empty the keg out a little bit.
Because meat I can eat all day long without stopping.
My biggest
For 3
thing.
months.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I wish meat weren't so expensive. That's one of the ways I lost a lot of weight before was after having the surgery for not weight loss, but I you know, the doctor recommended I increase my protein intake in order to aid in the wound healing process. And so I started doing that. Now, with all the prices going up, it's not quite as easy to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good though. I mean, any weight loss is good. You know, I'm stuck at my current weight. I haven't lost any weight in a while, but I lost 25 pounds, and I'm kind of stuck at where I'm at.
I'll see on the wedding of my cousin. I gave her a present for about $50, but when they was having food there, I ate meat for about $200. I just couldn't stop. It was so good.
Well, meat, as you know,
And
has no carbs.
and most of the teeth that I still have left are cutting teeth anyway, so
I'm the
Well, it
only
just
one in
becomes
this
a
house.
nightmare. You know, like I'm not an old man, but I'm getting to the point where I can't eat the kind of shit I used to eat.
Right.
Like that's my problem, man. It's like I used to be able to eat whatever the fuck I wanted to eat, and I wouldn't have a problem. It's not like that no more.
Well, I will say this: the 2 days I've been doing this workout so far, I woke up today with a little bit easy. I woke up today easier than I have than I have in the past.
Okay.
So I'm not feeling quite as I mean, I've had times where I'm walking around doing stuff and I get winded very quick, and it's not as bad today as it has been. So that's a
And
nice.
JP did say, how much did you take home, Mar?
yeah, there was nothing left to take home. And I had to listen to my mom giving me a speech for 2 days of what I all ate that day.
And
What?
Well, I wasn't listening to my mom. I never do.
Yeah, I always find portion control helps with a lot of it.
Yeah,
Well,
I think, and you guys can tell me if you don't agree with me. I think that after you're on a diet for a certain period of time, your stomach kind of adjusts to what you're doing.
right.
Yeah, and that's one of the problems I'm running into right now. Is why I'm trying to be very careful with what I'm eating stuff, because I've had a very piss poor eating habit for a while, and I need to get my body slowly used to getting to consuming the proper things. I mean, I still drink my beer. Don't get me wrong. But
Geek, you got to go for low carb beer,
Go.
dog. Low carb beer,
Yeah.
Geek. That's the for us guys who are trying to lose weight, man. You got to go for low carb beer. Bud
Well, you
Light,
can do
Bud
that.
Light, low carb. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what you got to do.
yeah. But
To be,
one other thing.
to be the
I mean,
low carb. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, to me, the low carb beer is like an ultralight cigarette. It's like, what's the point? At that point, I'm like, why am I even doing this?
Well, yeah, I'll tell you why, Chris. Because you could drink 12 beers, and you would get, in terms of calories and carbs and all that shit, about 5 beers.
Oh yeah,
That's
but
why
the
you
thing
do
is
it,
that
man.
I just don't.
Well, listen, man. The guys like us who enjoy alcohol, we got to go with the low carb
Oh,
beer.
all right. But maybe it's just the fact that if I'm gonna drink a beer, I want to taste the beer. I mean, I've drank low carb before.
Well,
I
what
just
have you
feel
had?
like, what do you mean? I've had the Michelob Ultra. I've had the, what is it, Corona Special or Select, whatever it is.
What about
I have Bud Light,
Topico?
Bud Platinum.
Have you had Topico?
No.
That's actually some good shit. It actually tastes good. I mean, there's a few that taste like shit, and there's a few that taste good.
And I'm not saying that light beers taste like shit. I think another problem is I tend to get more of a headache from the light beers, and I don't know what it is about how they brew it or whatnot. But yeah, I tend to get headaches from it.
Try Topico beer, and
Favor.
that's probably
Send
the
that
best
to me on
one.
Twitter. Send me that in a private message on Twitter because I don't have a piece of paper right now to write on. So
Yeah.
Well, let me follow you then.
my
tried
DMs
just
are
about
open.
all of them, dude. I mean, I'm trying to lose weight myself. Like, I got to lose more weight, but Topico,
Yeah.
dude, that's probably the best one, man.
So I'm doing Cap. I was doing the Reconstruction era for history. Started off with a couple of. Last week was pretty much a few videos talking about why it didn't work out, what went wrong with it, and now I'm going to start going into like a certain 3-letter organization that popped up out of that. Those I'm going to talk about Jim Crow laws. And I think after I get through the Reconstruction part of this, I'm going to switch over to the Great Expanse and work on what was going on the West Coast. Because if you notice, a lot of the West Coast, a lot of that did not really deal with a lot in the Civil War era.
Yeah, Seth, my mom is kind of the same. She wants to send me back to Illinois. What? Oh, not to Illinois. She wants to send me back to hell. Same difference, Mom.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
Chris, I
I
sent you the beer, Chris.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
The annoying thing is some of these topics, YouTube really tries to. I swear, YouTube likes to try and hide stuff.
Oh yeah.
Especially when I'm trying to find educational stuff about these topics, and it's like, well, why are you teaching these topics? Because nobody else is fucking teaching them. People spout out these words, and they say words like Jim Crow, and I don't honestly think most of these people really have a damn clue. There are people who probably believe that was a real person.
Well, there are people that they hear a name and they just go from there.
Yeah. like I've been trying to find one that goes over the importance of the 13th through the 15th Amendments, and whew, I may just have to find a good article. One of the, let's see, what did my wife have? Oh yeah, they're doing for world history, they're in the Renaissance right now. So we went over the Medicis and, the founding of that era of the Renaissance and stuff. It was actually pretty interesting.
Well, what's your problem with the Jim Crow shit?
Was that I'm basically looking to when I explain it to my kids, when I do history and stuff, I try to find the most factual things I can that are, like you say, apolitical. I keep my personal views on things out of my teaching lessons. Now, my kids are not stupid. They know now my children are not stupid. They know damn well my political views. They know how I feel about things. I make no bones about it. But when it's in the classroom, when I'm teaching them, I keep my personal opinions out.
All right. Well, that's a good philosophy for doing something like that.
I argue. Well, when I argue with people who want to talk to me about history, who argue with me about history, is they try to argue emotion. I say, I'm not arguing the emotion. I said, I'm just arguing facts.
Well, even still, I feel like all that stuff's a waste of time. I mean, I feel it is impossible to change somebody's point of view. I really do. I think the only way somebody changes their opinion is through self-evaluation.
Yeah, but when I'm teaching my kids, I need to teach them to be able to think for themselves and ask questions, and me be able to answer that question in about a balanced, neutral way. Not my point of view of it, just the facts of the history. Now, if I need to give an opinion on something, I might, but I don't, go in and say, well, these were just a bunch of bad idiot bullshit motherfuckers or something like that. I don't do that.
I find it interesting though. You have people now who want the exact reverse of the Jim Crow laws.
Yeah, but they don't. Yeah, the problem is with this whole. They're trying to, teach. I mean, you should have saw that video I was watching. The one that Project Veritas busted this teacher, who was trying to indoctrinate his kids. In fact, he was telling his kids. He said he had a website up, and he would give his kids extra credit if there was something coming up, and he would get them extra credit if they'd go counter protest it. And he had an Antifa flag and a picture of Mao Zedong up in his classroom.
Well,
the biggest problem you run into.
Yes,
go ahead.
Keep going, Chris.
Go ahead.
The biggest problem you have right now, and I'm all for, inclusion. I don't see a person's skin color. That's not the point I don't have any of that issue. Wasn't raised like that.
Right.
But something I noticed more than anything right now, and it's unfortunate, is that these people, their ancestors, and okay, I need to be more specific. Let's just go with African Americans, blacks, however you want to put them. This is one particular instance that I see it. Their ancestors for years fought against worst work or bad work environments, segregation, being treated different, and they're sitting here saying, we want equal rights, we want this, we want that, and yet these people are also calling for places where only they can go. There are colleges right now where there are groups of Black students who are getting together and say, we want a building where we can go by ourselves. We want a African American cultural center, but only for African Americans.
Yep.
I've heard this, and it's like, folks, you are fighting now against the things your ancestors. He said, you have literally turned around and now said, we didn't want segregation then, but damn it, we want it now. And it's ridiculous to hear these people talk. And it's like, folks, you are fighting against everything that your ancestors, your parents, your grandparents have fought against. And you're sitting there wanting to erase history. And I understand it must really suck to see, you know, General, Ulysses S. Grant or whoever, just name the one, who cares? Andrew Jackson, there's a billion of them that they talk about. They're mad at the George Washington owned slaves. Oh, one, unfortunately, however you want to look at it, it was legal back then. Everybody did it. You can't get past that. So stop using that as your reasoning for tearing down these statues. Two, if that statue is something from the 1800s or so, I think it should stay. If it's something that the 1960s and KKK paid for, okay, maybe I can see it.
Right.
But if we're talking about something that's really historical, I know it makes you mad, but that's kind of the point now. It should remind you the fight that you've had. We don't tear down the sculpture of the Marines hoisting the American flag up in the museum. Why? Because even though we've lost hundreds of thousands of soldiers in war, it's a memory. It is to remind you that freedom isn't free and that people get hurt, but it was the fight that mattered.
The thing now is, though,
And when
Chris,
you see something,
is
what was that?
just real quick, the problem that we've run into now is these people are so soft, they're so sensitive. Everything that bothers them or makes them uncomfortable must be removed from their presence so they feel better. And it's like, what? It's kind of like, that's not how life works. I don't know where you came up with this concept that you thought life was always going to be comfortable and you were never going to run into something that makes you uncomfortable. And now it's like, well, just get rid of it.
Discomfort is really the pathway or the door to accomplishment in my mind.
And
well, if you feel comfortable in your space, you get too comfortable. That's when things happen that you didn't expect or that you don't want to happen. It's kind of like if anybody here has kids, and I know MB, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The discomfort you have when you're a parent and your kids are between that 2 to 5 age, maybe 2 to 7, and you're in the house, doesn't matter what you're doing. It could be even TV. You can have the TV on, you can have the radio on. And even with those things on, it gets so dead silent. And you sit there for a minute and it's an inkling in your bones, and you're like, what's wrong? You're thinking, what is it? And then you realize it's too damn quiet. I have 2 kids in the house, and I can hear myself think something's wrong.
No, it's like that. It's like that Dennis Leary skit. I just want some peace and quiet. Now, I don't want that dangerous quiet. You know that one, right? You're sitting there reading the morning paper. 5-10 minutes go by. Still like, hey, wait a minute. No, hello? Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah, I know that quiet.
And that's when you start searching the house. You start searching the house, and you're like, okay, where is it? What's going on? Something's up. And then that's when you walk in, and they've got the puppy in a mud puddle or some shit like that. And it's like, fuck, here we go. But no, but that's the thing. But that's the point of discomfort. And I mean, that's the lighthearted way of putting it. But that is exactly what it is. Like, discomfort is there to remind you that, hey, you got to be on your feet. You got to stay on your toes, or things happen. That's how the Nazis got so powerful so quick. Is that people looked the other way and acted like it wasn't happening. and the whole world did it.
And I'm sorry, but I have to. I keep saying this, and I'm going to keep saying this. The fault that I see lies in that these people were raised in the fucking participation trophy generation, where you got a fucking trophy for everything you do.
Well, to be fair, most of us on the panel, and whether or not you remember it or not, maybe it's because my mother was a teacher for 20 years, they gave participation ribbons and certificates and trophies out when we were kids. Now, and I don't know if it was done in the like, I don't know if it was done in the grand scheme like it is now. I mean, it is pretty bad. It's like, well, and even worse, it's not so much that they give participation trophies out; they just don't give a trophy out. There's a winner. My son did a few different types of extracurricular activity where they gave out trophies, and there was a first, second, and third place, and after that, you might get a ribbon or something saying that you were there and you
Exactly.
That's fine. It didn't say that you got an award. It said, "Hey, here you go. Here's a ribbon saying you were here." And it was very obvious it was not an award. Because they didn't call you up. No, they only called first, second, and third of it. And I'm sorry. There's something to be said. Listen, if you tell your kids that everybody's a winner, that no matter how you perform, that everybody's a winner, you're doing your kid a disservice. You don't have to be mean to your kid. All you have to do is say, "Listen, yeah, you didn't win. Sorry. Either you try harder or you find something you're better at."
It doesn't hurt to say, "You know what? You tried. That's good. Next time, try harder or find a better thing that you're more capable of." I don't see any problem with praising them for trying, but not to the point of overpraise of
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, it's good to tell people sometimes, tactily tell people that you're not very good at something, right? I think that's a totally underrated thing to tell somebody, a friend, your kid, whoever it is, a family member. Listen, I don't know if you have what it takes, but I support you anyway, right? I support what you're up to, but I just don't see the same vision, right?
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of the, and I'll just say this and then I'll leave it there because it's my time's up. But one of the things we had in our feedbacks in the Air Force was, there was a part on there. It's like, well, what are your strengths? What do you think you're really good at? And then there was a part, where do you think you're lacking? And it was basically, what are your strengths and weaknesses? And the point of that is you don't need to look at your weaknesses as bad things. It just, you accept the fact you're not good at something. You struggle in this area, and how do you deal with that? And it's like, well, there's these couple areas I had where no matter what, I could not understand what the hell was going on. I mean, my SMEs, my subject matter experts would try to explain to me. I'm like, guys, I'm not getting it. Like, I'm just not getting this stuff. And, so, I mean, they would give me the most vanilla brief they could so I could try to explain it. But what I would do is I'd have okay, if they have any I'd have them come with me to the meeting, and I'd be like, hey, look, this is coming up. I'm going to give my comments, but if they need more detail than that, I'm going to need you to kind of talk on the technical side of it. Because I said, I can't explain that. And that was totally fine. I mean, I wasn't the only person who did that. Sometimes you bring your subject matter expert in because that's the person you need to do the details. And,
well, but also the person you say that to, the real answer you want from them is, fuck you, you're wrong, I'm right. Right? Am I wrong? You want them to make a stand and say, yeah, no, I'm correct.
And then after that, we got to get schoolwork done.
And because I've got somebody on stage, I'm going to go ahead and do the coffee thing. When it does end, let's see here. Chris, you're in charge.
Listen to me very carefully, because I'm only going to say this once. Coffee. Black.
Coffee. Black. While I've got your attention, there are...
Coffee first. Well, this mentor would like another cup of coffee. I'm just gonna have to give up coffee. Want some coffee?
If I'm not mistaken, that's your third cup this morning.
Fourth, and on a day like
She
today,
had
it
lots
won't
of
be my
coffee
last.
because no one would give her sex.
The finest organic suspension ever devised. Commander, set a new course. There's coffee in that nebula.
I can't be in charge. You know what that brings? You know what that causes?
Chaos.
The
That's correct.
ego.
Let me put it like this. Germany is trying to get a little bit more in front of everything with the whole gender thing that's going on. So at the moment, some people try to make us greet with our preferences. Like, for example, hello, I'm heterosexual. And I'm like, what the fuck? If I ever hear someone greeting me like this, I probably have to kick his teeth in. I mean, where does this end?
Hello, Mar. I'm a lesbian.
Yeah, I believe you.
I like women, and I feel safer on a girl's bicycle.
Does that mean that we could be in today's world we could say I identify as a lesbian, so therefore I should be allowed into all the lesbian bars?
Yep. And they can't refuse dates from me because I'm a lesbian, damn it.
Yeah.
All right.
Would that work? You could go into a lesbian bar and you say, I identify as a lesbian, and I go out with you. And they look at you and go like, I don't go out with guys. Just, oh my God, I'm so offended you said that to me.
And
does
good
it work
morning,
the same
Paige.
way?
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that we could then go back and sue the bar because we were told that we weren't lesbian, even though that's how we identify?
Well,
Go back, protest it and everything else, and get them shut down if they don't let us in.
well, see, the thing is, if someone is greeting me with, let's say a beautiful young woman comes to me and says, hi, I'm hetero. What should I make out of it? Do I think that she is trying something on me? Probably not, because, as I said, she's young and beautiful, and I'm not. But honestly, what should I make out of it?
Yeah, it might be her name.
Yeah.
And what's up, Paige?
This guy.
You're funny. Looking.
Yes, I am.
All right, guys, I'm going to be getting out of here pretty soon.
Good thing.
I've got
Chris,
my
thank you
log,
for
and
popping in.
yeah. Check it out tonight, guys. We're going to be doing the Rule of 3 on Chaos Central. Like to see a lot of people there. We've got a new thing we added called the Final 5. It happens at the end of the show. And I call it Final 5 Fact or Fiction. It's 5 questions that do not have an answer yet. It's things like last week we had, will Spider-Man No Way Home beat Shang-Chi's box office? And then we say if it's fact or fiction. And then when it comes around to the time that that's to be answered, we look at it and we get bragging rights for it. So check that out tonight. That's 9 p.m. Eastern time, which means 6 p.m. Pacific, and that's on Chaos Central. So, guys, check that out, and I will talk to all of you guys later. Okay?
Absolutely. You have a good day.
Hey,
All right,
Chris.
guys. Bye.
So, I actually stopped by Honstar's channel last night.
Oh, don't get me started.
Now, was it me or were those questions that I saw or the tunes that I heard so fucking easy? Most idiots normies should have been able to do this, know these songs.
In the final round, it was pretty easy.
God, I didn't see the earlier round, so yeah, those were like those were not final round songs. Sorry, no. My opinion. And of course, so what's going on, Kronos? I see you backstage. You're still chatting. You got your Janeway coffee clip.
I think he has a thing for Janeway.
I think so too.
I think he's just getting coffee while you play the clip.
Probably.
You did notice that I wasn't in the final round.
I did. Why?
Because I have a thing called integrity.
In what?
Okay, you're gonna have to explain that one.
Well, you know, during the first and second rounds, the audience likes to play along.
Right.
Well, JJ and I tend to ignore the audience during those rounds.
Yeah.
We don't want the answers gave to us.
Right.
That doesn't stop other players from just using all the answers from the chat to get their questions right.
Well, just because an answer may have been in the chat doesn't mean you were looking at it.
Yeah, but it was pretty obvious. And the others that were taking them were smiling and laughing and
you know, I would say too bad there isn't a way to well, actually I do know a way.
well, I had the perfect way, but you'd have to also trust the players. And players just left private chat on StreamYards. They'd never see the answers.
Exactly. You have to be looking only at the private chat in StreamYard.
Later, Kronos.
Later, Kronos.
He's leaving the private chat on us. Yeah, I did get a good laugh though, because afterwards we met up over on Darius's stream for a while, and one of the contestants was in the chat, and when we were discussing it, and he yelled out for bragging rights. trying to win at all costs. And I'm thinking to myself, how the hell can you have bragging rights if you only got there by using answers from other people?
You can't. I'm sorry. If the okay, I'm gonna ask. Were the people in the final round those who were using the answers from the audience?
Well, of course they were.
Then they have no bragging rights at all.
JJ and I did not make it to the final round because if we truly didn't know a song, we didn't answer with what the audience was saying.
And as much as I like Hans Star and Chris, they should be getting on the chat for that one.
Well, it's always been a standing rule the chat could play along in the first 2 rounds. So once in a while,
I don't like that. I don't like that. Just...
Once in a while, the chat will realize that somebody's just using them to get by. They've done it before because there was another player once that knew absolutely nothing, but she started using chat answers, and the chat caught on fairly quickly on that one.
Yeah,
and started giving her wrong answers just to make her look really bad, and she never came back and played again. But it's fine. After the game was over, I got issued a challenge, and JJ and I are going to go head to head.
Good. Now that would be a legitimate challenge. That'll be good to see.
You should go back and watch the earlier parts of that stream last night.
Why? I only get pissed off.
Oh no! You would see me scolding someone.
Oh, good.
And because the second round, you have to have the answer exact.
Right.
The exact title of the song. Well, a certain person said extra words to a song. Words to the title. And decided to throw a hissy fit. Which wasn't the first time during the match that he threw a hissy fit when he got something wrong, but I'm not going to mention names, but if you watch the stream, you'd figure it out.
I asked in private chat.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Makes perfect sense.
But I'm going to give it to Chris. He actually got some TV themes I didn't know.
That was for that final round. I was expecting Gilligan's Island.
No, the only ones I didn't know were at the beginning of the show. Final round, I just had to bite my lip the whole time because most of the songs popped up I knew right when they started.
God, exactly.
I even cracked a joke in the chat when Burning Ring of Fire come up.
Ring of Fire, yeah.
I put butts on fire in the chat.
Oh, I was hoping one of them would use that answer. Oh. Actually, I almost said something in the chat for that one. Yeah, like this song's so hot.
I'm not super worried about it, though. I'm kind of over doing the Tournament of Champions. I was just filler last night when one player couldn't show.
Well, I'm not sure, but I think the only ones who ever made a comedy of Ring of Fire was Germans.
Now, I don't know
YouTube,
if we
he's
want to
German.
play that one. I don't know if we want to play that one, though.
No.
Ring um die Eier. which means ring around the balls.
Yeah, well, let's put it this way. Most the song that we're referring to does not involve bullets. So let's see here.
Yep, exactly, Kronos. And the song is rated 18 here in Germany.
Cool.
So it's R-rated. Ich hab einen Ring um meine Eier. Das tut weh und macht mich auweia.
You know, I may need to learn to sing it in German.
Und es schmerzt, schmerzt, schmerzt. Ring um die Eier. Ring um die Eier.
Okay. I could do the song in German. I just need to learn it.
There are tons of parodies of Ring of Fire.
I'm not talking parody. I'm actually talking about the song itself, the real song in German.
Come give me deine Hand. Come give me deine Hand.
And actually, you know, another one would be learning it in Japanese. That would be, I wonder how it would sound that way. I could start doing karaoke international. Yes, I like Johnny Cash too.
My brother was over the ocean. My sister was over the sea. My father was over my mother. That was the beginning of me.
Oh,
Damn, Bird, you're quiet this morning.
he's playing. I thought he's watching and or letting it play while he sleeps. Although it usually has if he's in observation mode, so who knows? More than likely, what happened is Bird has his mic muted and he doesn't realize it, and he's not really paying attention to us, so he doesn't know that he's fucking muted. But he's not muted in here, so we can't see that he's muted. And good morning.
Morning, sick girl.
This could end so I could actually function again. Yeah, I'm with Kronos. Bird is in getting killed mode. Like that.
Was that just good job? You fell straight into the ground and got captured. Woo, hey, cool.
Yeah, that was a little bit suicidal there.
A little bit?
Eastland, what kind of Doctor Who are you watching? This Doctor? I'm kidding. I know it's supposed to be first.
Yeah.
but a piss doctor. That sounds something like one you'd find on the hub.
Huh, huh. Either that or the current iteration.
You're all weirdos. Whereas I am sweet, innocent, and pure.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Any other lies you care to tell, Pinocchio?
Not a lie.
Bullshit.
Look at it, I've even got the nice glow behind me today.
That's just a white screen over the fanning flames of hell.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, that's my bay window. Full of books that I stacked in there right now because I needed to clear a spot out downstairs.
I can't hear you, Bird.
Bird!
The microphone was off.
Oh,
see?
Okay.
Yeah, we figured that.
I just figured that
I
you.
was jalodgering. That's why I fell to the ground.
I thought that you
Chronos,
just fell
behave.
asleep. Why?
I don't think he'd play any worse in his sleep.
You know, someday Rosetta's going to come walking out of her house. There's going to be a guy in a hospital bed, tucked away in the woods with a sniper rifle.
No, I would more expect Bird to be like parked in the backyard trying to use binoculars to see in the bedroom window.
High power binoculars, maybe.
You don't want to zoom in that close on my body. It'll creep you out and scare you. I ain't some hot chick.
The game is bugging out. It said there was going to be maintenance today on the game.
Wait. Are you blaming the game for how you're playing?
No, I mean, I don't play well to begin with, but right now the fact I couldn't pick up the money, which was clearly just laying there, that was a bug in the game. The fact I can't break a window, there we go. That's a bug in the game. I'm hitting fire right now and nothing's happening. The game is totally bugged out right now.
Okay, how about this idea? Switch to a different game?
Well, I think I'm just gonna stop playing for a little bit. It's only a day of maintenance, so.
Yes. Like I said, you can switch to a different game.
Yeah, like Kerbal or...
But then he doesn't have something to blame for how he's playing.
Build a city and destroy it.
What is that one, the bridge thing?
Wait, what? Bird has the Kerbal Space Program?
Yep.
Yeah, it's boring.
Even I have Kerbal Space Program.
I couldn't get a working lift off so far. I stopped playing it.
I got to orbit.
Oh, who did
Don't
you
feel
send
too
off?
bad that I'm picking on you, Bird. I gotta pick on somebody.
Who did you send to the moon?
Ah, fuck. The guy got me.
Yitzy! Hi! And hi, Hoster.
Good morning, Dave G. Sound. You've been
Hello.
there. And hey, What's up, Pastor? You've been there for a while. What's up, Yitza? Yeah. City skylines on Mars. That's right now. On Mars? Sounds interesting.
On Mars, what?
City
On
skylines.
Mars butt or on Mars titties?
Not yours. The planet Mars.
Oh. That to begin with.
Though I'm sure all the dimples on your butt, from what I heard, would make it look like Mars. But I'm bummed.
Not really, but it looks like a city with skylines.
Okay, and Yitza puts in a link.
Oh yeah, I was told about that game years ago. And it was like City Skylines on Mars. But nothing is
Surviving
like City
Mars.
Skylines except
Yitzy should
City.
sell stuff. He should sell his artwork. He does really good stuff with it.
Agreed.
I have Surviving Mars, I think.
Now that's funny. I can see the link in StreamYards, but I can't see it on freaking YouTube.
Yep, not installed, but I have it.
I can see it in YouTube. Let me go ahead and please pin message. There we go. Anybody who's interested can
Well, Yitzy, when I finish the colors on the two sets of pinups you helped me do, you definitely need to promote those there and maybe even sell prints of them if you want as a joint project. You need to get exposure for what you do, both the line work you do for people and the creative colored cartoon styles you do for people, because it's good work. And this is my moment of mama hen behavior. I'm done now. I'm going to go back to writing.
Unless, of course, because you get paid for it, it's less fun. Then don't get paid for it.
That's like a prostitute saying sex isn't fun if the guy pays her. Bull crap.
It probably isn't.
It's not because of the pay. It's because of how bad the guy is in bed.
That's the thing. But yeah, for me it's the same. I like to draw when I have not really time issues with it. And it's for me relaxing. So I wouldn't do it for payment.
Yeah, like the little goofy drawing, like the little goofy drawings you did for AFK and me.
And I just will do it when I feel like it. And not while someone asks me to do it.
Technically, you can still make money off art that you do just when you're in the mood and for fun. You just have to offer it as prints or sell the original or stuff like that. It's not a commission job, but it's still, you can make profit off that kind of art.
Nope.
If I kept every piece of art I made, my house would become overrun completely.
Yeah, yes, Final Mike. We like to pop bags.
What is that noise anyhow? Was that bags popping?
It was probably me typing. Bubble wrap. Bubble wrap. Yeah, I like to wrap myself up in bubble wrap and then just roll around.
We're all weirdos, and I'm more innocent.
That's a lie.
Says the woman that makes her own paddles.
And for other people. What's your point? Again, sell your art.
And I'm trying to find an old fire department simulator that I can't remember the name of anymore. And I just get the new stuff. So, yeah, shite.
Approximately what year was it?
If I could remember that, it would be way easier to find it.
Not Ryan Johnson's even here today.
Good morning, not Ryan Johnson. Good morning, Val Mike.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Okay, let's see here. So what do you got going on today, Teach? And yes, we know that
Well,
Lower
I didn't.
Standards comes out later.
I didn't have much going on when Lower Standards come out yesterday.
Oh, it did. Okay.
What if's out now too? But the boss just
What
called.
Lower Standards came out?
I thought it came out tonight at like 2 a.m.
Dex comes out tonight.
Yeah, I would think. Doesn't it usually come out on Wednesday night?
It
I
does.
can't keep track. But anyway, I got to get going because we're going to attempt to open up a field.
Cool.
Question though, are you streaming with AT tonight?
I have
Or
no idea
Salty?
now because it sounds like we're going to be trying to do some corn.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to have to leave him a message before I leave saying that I'm heading out to work.
Really? Could it be so easy?
So you guys take care. Have fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Take care, Dean. And
Wow.
Bird, what's what?
Well, we've got Futurama DS9 Wednesday today.
Yes.
Obviously at 4 p.m. But at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, Paramount Plus is live streaming Star Trek Day festivities on YouTube and Paramount Plus, the TV channel, which will include various Star Trek actors. There's going to be a panel from Strange New Worlds, and it is highly anticipated that there'll be a Strange New Worlds trailer release, and it's going to be co-hosted by Will Wheaton.
Oh, for fuck's
And I'm
sake.
not sure who the other person was. So I was considering live streaming a live reaction to their stream.
Good.
Especially if Salty and Deej aren't streaming at the same time.
Who cares if they're streaming?
I know. But as long as I'm feeling awake and up to it, I will probably do a live reaction to the Paramount Plus stream. That's like I said, that goes live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, so I would start about the same time. Well,
I'm good.
we should know more
Try
by
to go
the
back to
time
sleep.
DS9 is over.
So I'm gonna try to get a little more rest.
Okay, take care.
Take care, Rosetta.
Stay out of trouble, boys.
Uh-huh. And Eric Saunders, good morning, Eric. Says, your live reactions are fun. Absolutely. Absolutely. And yes.
I couldn't find it.
And Val Mike, get yourself some coffee. Always need coffee. And
the link I just put in is the link to the actual Paramount Plus stream. That's the official stream that I would be responding to.
Correct.
So I'd be watching it in the background and commenting over it. Now, if you notice the artwork for it, they took Janeway out of Voyager and replaced her with just the Janeway hologram from Prodigy. They brought 7 of 9 in to be the Voyager stand-in. They did at least give Pike and Michael Burnham about equal size. Kirk is still way too small. Cisco's way too small. Archer's way too small. Even Picard is way too small, and they upgraded him. It's really a downgrade from his TNG appearance to his Star Trek Picard appearance. And then, of course, they've got Ensign Mariner from Lower Decks up there.
So that it's like, what the fuck is that?
Right. And no Boimler. So the fact that they were co-stars has apparently been erased, as we always knew Mariner is the star of Lower Decks.
Yeah.
It's not a co-star situation. On the plus side, they did cover the Discovery with text, whereas the original Enterprise, no bloody A, B, C, or D, is left fully visible in the top corner.
Yeah.
Like, it took me a while to realize, wait, why was 7 of 9 even in this artwork, as they're all captains or main characters of their respective shows? And I realized, because they took Janeway out. They should have left Janeway as captain of Voyager in and used some other character from the Prodigy show, but with Janeway taken away from the Voyager, I guess they had to put someone from Voyager up. So they
Well,
used
why not Chakotay?
right. Well,
Except that let's see here.
see, I would have
Nine's more
done.
popular.
I would have done Janeway from Voyager. I would have done a new character from Prodigy, and I would have done Picard from TNG and put new 7 to represent the new Picard.
Right.
If you were going to do it that way.
Exactly. That would make more sense. And I'm sorry, if you're going to have lower decks, particularly with how it's been, you might as well have had Riker instead of Mariner. Because at least he's a captain.
Yeah, but it's like main characters, so I could understand, but I would have Boimler and Mariner, facing off or doing something. Or just the Cerritos and no character.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Star Trek without Boimler is like the Enterprise without Quark.
Thank you, Mark.
I just killed Captain Trek.
Yes. No, it was so worth it.
Sorry, Cap, having a quick omelet.
Oh, sounds good. And what's going on there, Mar?
Not much at the moment. Actually, I'm listening into what you guys are talking about and trying to keep up with the chat.
And
of course, hello, Life to the Love Shack.
Oh boy, that's a scary thought. Life, that is a scary thought.
To say the least. Yeah, NB Geeks workout show. Nope. Nah.
And yes, Professor, is that opposed to a slow omelet? That's true.
Honestly, I would rather rewatch Discovery.
No. I said not think of many things that I would.
JP's the last N must be a T. Niet. But if you wanted to say niet in German, then the E has to come before the I.
Yeah. Oh,
Neun. At Kronos, it's neun.
you just did what, JPs? It's just, yeah, exactly, Kronos. At least we know that Bert is enjoying his food as we just sit here waiting for something to talk about. I probably ought to replace the link in there because anyone who wants to check out the Paramount
But
crap.
Kronos, you should actually know what neun sounds like, because I know you love the song 99 Red Balloons in German. 99 Düsenflieger, jeder war ein großer Krieger, hielten sich für Captain Kirk. Es gab ein großes Feuerwerk.
Sorry, I've been ignoring the chat. I have a bit of a headache and my eyes are having some difficulty adjusting. I just need to turn the lights off. And no, you're right, Kronos. Headaches aren't good. I have.
Not at all.
I mean, I'd be fine, except what's that? You know what? That reminds me. I wish I had a. This is why I wish I had 1,000 subscribers, so I could have a community tab on my page and actually run a real poll versus having some shit on Twitter. But oh, wait a minute. Anyone who makes it to this part of the video, comment on who you think would make a good co-host for this stream, this show, because it sure as hell needs it. And yeah, go ahead and put a comment in the comment section below if you're rewatching this. Not always just put something in the chat. Not that I can read it right now. And good afternoon, the Random Menace. And what's going on in Eastland Berkler? I know you got an appointment.
The random menace probably is happy that no one knows what he just said.
That's good.
Oh, man.
Anyhow.
No, it was not offensive, but greetings out of your trousers is still greetings out of your trousers. He was waving with his little me, mini him.
Yeah, that's well, that's interesting. I guess on that note, I'll just put this. Yeah, have a good day. Yeah, I don't know what else to help
We
say.
just
So.
got Sassy's lab results back. Pretty much all good. They found
Okay,
one mite in her stool, but the doc thinks it's just came off her skin. It's nothing to worry about.
Well, that's definitely a good thing.
Yes.
Any other news to report?
Sassy
certainly has her appetite still. As I was having breakfast, she was watching closely, and then waited for Mama Prey to make her egg, her morning egg. That's about it. I guess I'll put up the DS9 stream when I can. That's not for those.
Absolutely wonderful. Yeah, well, again, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day. And, yeah, see you soon.